What's up, everybody? It is X from Let's Get Free TV, and in this video today, I'm gonna be talking about pre-bridge, Pulsechain, Pulsex, what I'm gonna do with that, and my plan for the Pulsechain and Pulsex launch. Okay, so I'm gonna make this short and sweet. I'm just gonna run through it, everything. Do not forget to leave a like on the video. Do not forget to subscribe if you enjoy me or the content, and do not forget to let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Also, being said, I am not a financial advisor. Do what you want with your money as you made it. That being said, let's just hop right into it. So, if you don't know what pre-bridge is, this had a lot of talk about what 5-6 months ago when we thought Pulsechain was going to come out. And I think it was around May, right? So it had a lot of talk around there, and obviously haven't really spoken much about it because Pulsechain isn't coming out till 2023 at least, and we just got that update not too long ago, right? But if you don't know what it is, it's basically the 48-hour period before the bridge from Ethereum to Pulsechain opens. So meaning that 48-hour period, everything on Pulsechain is not going to be assigned a value, okay? So no token is going to have an actual price. Any trading, swapping, or whatever you do is going to be purely based on ratios. Now you might be asking, why are you talking about this? Who cares? Well, the reason I'm bringing this up is because a lot of people, and I know this was the talk way back when, a lot of people were going to trade their Pulsex for Pulsechain. And the reason why they were going to do this was because the Pulsechain sacrifice was a lot shorter and a lot less mainstream than the Pulsex sacrifice, right? So myself included, a lot of people miss Pulsechain but got into Pulsex. So that being said, a lot of people are like, well, I miss Pulsechain, but I got Pulsex. So I'm going to trade my Pulsex for Pulsechain pre-bridge because that's just the way to go. In my opinion, I do not think it is. And the reason why is because let's go back to that word ratios. All right. Now, theoretically, you could do the math. You could figure out the ratios. I guess you could. But, even then, I still don't think that is going to be very accurate. I think it would give you a good indication. So basically, with that ratio word, just gambling, right? So even though you could theoretically do the math and figure out the ratios or whatever the case is, more than likely, I'm going to say about 91%, it's not going to be in your favor because of the differential in how big each sacrifice was. So for example, if you were going to trade your Pulsex for Pulsechain, let's just say the ratio is 5-1, right? So you'd be giving up 5 Pulsex for 1 Pulsechain, which isn't worth it when you could just wait the 48 hours, buy immediately, and then eventually buy the dip that is more than likely to occur, right? I definitely don't think that that's the main thing to do anyway for multiple reasons. One, because Pulsex and Pulsechain are both going to be huge. In my opinion, I think Pulsex is going to do better in the short term anyway, especially when you have time to do and get both. Why give up your good short-term gains for probably the better long-term gain, of course, but it's not like you don't have the time to acquire Pulsechain, especially once it comes out. If you know about Pulsechain before it comes out and you're going to buy as soon as it drops and you're going to dollar cost average as soon as it drops, you're already winning, right? If you got into the Pulsechain or the Pulsex sacrifice, you're already winning, period. I just think it's not very smart to actually take that gamble and play with your money, basically. And the other thing I want to talk about is a lot of people were talking about trading their Hex for Pulsechain as well, or even Pulsex. And the reason why I don't think this is a good idea as well is because of that ratio. All right. A lot of people have talked about this and everything, and it's been too long since May. So I think the ratio again would still be not worth it. So because Hex right now is sitting at 3 cents, right? Probably gonna dip under 3 cents, but right now Hex is sitting at 3 cents. So you're giving up a bag, okay? You're giving up a bag worth 3 cents a piece for something we don't know the price, but I'm gonna say under a cent. All right, so would you give 3 pennies to your friend when he only gave you 1 penny or less back? No, because it makes no sense. Don't give up your precious hex for something that you can buy as soon as it drops. And as I said, there's probably going to be a massive dip once these release because one, people are going to want their sacrifice money back, so they're gonna pull out once it pumps and buy back in because they know it's gonna dump. Two, people are just going to sell after about a week because they feel some type of way about waiting and they're saying, I'm done with that project. And third, just take a look at most of the dexes and most of the new tokens that come out. There is usually a huge dip just for those reasons that I just explained. So I definitely do not think that playing with your money pre-bridge is worth it. All you gotta do is wait 48 hours and then you can buy, swap, and do whatever you want to do. You know, don't play with money to do 48 hours earlier. You know what I mean? That's just me though. Like I said, y'all do whatever you want because I already know a lot of people are going to play with their money. And you know what? That might work out for the people that don't play with their money. You feel me? So, but it's all in everyone's preference. So that being said, now that we talked about pre-bridge and everything, I do want to run through my strategy for when Pulsechain drops. Okay, all right. When it comes out, this is simply what I'm doing. I'm basically saving up money. I'm getting a bag ready. Okay. As soon as Pulsechain comes out, I'm going to buy. Once it hits the open market, I'm going to buy a set amount. And then I'm going to just start dollar cost averaging into it. And that dip I was talking about, once it dips, I'm loading in. That's it. I'll probably do the same thing with Pulsex, even though I have a bunch of Pulsex, but that's it, guys. Do nothing and just hop in once it comes out. You can't lose that way. You know, pre-bridge, you could technically lose. Why do that when you can just win? You know what I mean? But, you know, that is it for the video, guys. There's not much for my strategy. It's just simply that. Sometimes the best thing to do is nothing. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time.